Welcome to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Let's Talk Cars Radio is sponsored in part by Napa Car Care Centers, the BDG Auto Group, and by Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmissions. Be a part of the program today by calling 757-222-3705. That's 757-222-3705. Email your questions and comments to Dave at letstalkcarsradio.com. Now, here is the host of Let's Talk Cars Radio, Dave Palach.
Happy Saturday, America! You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Palach. We are hanging out with Rockin' Larry Cobb, and of course, Cameron is in the studio doing all of our technical work. Just to give you guys a heads up, it looks like Facebook is at it again with all their technical problems, so we will get that up and running just as soon as we can. If not, you guys know that we will actually get it up after the show and get it running so you guys can tune in later and watch, because I know tons of you guys like to do it. So Cameron's over there quickly trying to work on it and figure out what's going on. So we're just going to keep on rolling on. Hey, before we get into the show, I want to go ahead and get this out because, as you guys know, you hear me talk all the time, and I say either talk about it or be about it, and we definitely, like to be about it, I guess is the best way to put it. So everybody knows this place, and if you don't, you will now. Get over to ETA. That's Eastern Truck Accessories today. They want you to get over there and join them for their 16th annual Open House and Customer Appreciation Day. It's being held today from 10 until 4, rain or shine. That's right, it's rain or shine. I know it's raining out there where we are. You guys are listening out there nationwide like a lot of y'all do. Well, if you can make the drive, you're still welcome to come. But if you're in the Hampton Roads area, definitely get over there and check them out. They're going to be celebrating another one of their great shows, and they have actually a contest going over this. So they have a show and shine contest. It's a $20 entry fee. You guys can bring the whole family. It's a fun-filled thing. They've been doing it for 16-year, guys. They're serving up hamburgers and hot dogs for lunch. They're actually, like they did last year, doing a Jeep giveaway. This year, they're actually giving away a Jeep Comanche, and they have raffle tickets available for your chance to win it. In addition, they have T-shirts, raffle tickets. They actually auction off more than $40,000 in prizes over there, which is kind of cool. But the best thing about this is 100% of the proceeds are actually benefiting Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. So all those proceeds they make actually will go that. They're trying to top what they did last year, $49,500 in fundraiser funds last year. So they're trying to top that. So get over there to Eastern Truck and Accessories. They're at 6320 East Virginia Beach Boulevard. I shouldn't have to tell you guys where they're at. They've been there for a long time. They got a big, huge, beautiful sign, a great facility. I've been there many, many times. Stop in, see Mike. I'm telling you guys, we talk about this all the time. There's great charities. There's great programs out there. There's people that are awesome that are involved. They're doing the right thing in the community. This is one of them. So stop in, give them a couple minutes of your time, win some prizes. Check out some of the great stuff for your trucks. Really cool place. So definitely get down there. Once again, Eastern Truck and Accessories at 6320 East Virginia Beach Boulevard in Norfolk. You guys should know where it is. If you have any problems, give them a call at 461-2600, or you can check them out at etaoffroad.com. So I want to get that out first thing before we started off the show. So cool little program going over there.
And you did it.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of those things. We talk about all the time. Anything that somebody's involved in the area that's car related and it's charity related, I'm all about it. I just think it's awesome. Give back to the community is a huge, huge thing here in this area. So,
yep.
All right, we're going to roll on. Keep on.
Are you loaded today?
I am loaded today. I got quite a bit of stuff, actually. So I have my rant rave. You all ready?
Oh, always ready for those.
Oh, they come, they go, and then they come again. So here's my rant rave. I very much believe that sidewalks give you a sense of false security. So there's certain crosswalks where the lights have to change for you to cross over, and there's ones that they don't. If you step out on the crosswalk as a pedestrian, you have the right of way, and the car has to yield to you. And I very much believe that there's just a false insecurity. I see so many people in crosswalks just step out, staring at the cell phone, and never look up to see if the car that is coming at 40 miles an hour is going to stop.
And sooner or later, they will be hit.
So it happened to me like 3 different times this week. So that's what brings it up. I had I won't say young lady, she's probably in her 30s, stepped right off the sidewalk and never looked up from the cell phone. And had I not been doing my due diligence and been paying attention, I would have just clipped her like you wouldn't believe. And I don't think she probably would have survived the impact.
Yeah. Wow.
Never looked up. When y'all are squeaking in your chairs, drive me nuts.
It's probably me.
You guys have no idea what it's like to be in the studio with these two. They are like little bunnies. They bounce around in their chairs like little bunnies. And most of our chairs here in the studio are really quiet, but there's a couple, if you bounce around like a bunny, it's not quiet. And all I hear, even with my headset on, is I can hear...
I wish my hearing was as good as yours.
And my hearing's not that good. It's not that good. But it's funny because even with the headset on, I can still hear like it's just a little squeak. But yeah, so crosswalks. Anyway, see, we got derailed. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And so when, we've talked about this. So once something happens to me, then now I make it a game to see how many times it will happen to me throughout the week. And I just started to notice that people just, you'll be in a parking lot and there's those crosswalks that are out. Like I think Best Buy has them, Walmart has them now. Some of the bigger stores have them. You have the crosswalks.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed the average speed for people to go through a shopping center, and I don't know why, is about 30 miles an hour. That's the average speed for people to drive through a parking lot where people are everywhere with shopping carts and kids. Seems to be like 30 miles an hour is the average speed to travel through them. And these people just step right on the crosswalk, never look up, anything. And I noticed that it's usually kids are in tow. Now, I was taught, maybe because of my mom, that's just the way she raised us, your kids are always out in front of you. Okay, so you can see what's going on out in front of you.
Correct.
I noticed as I sat and I watched and I was paying attention because I knew I was going to have this crosswalk conversation on the air because it was irritating me throughout the week that the generations down behind me, and not that I'm all that old, but I'm getting there quickly, the kids are in tow. Remember the whole kids in tow? Well, yeah, the kids are in tow, and I always hated that term because the kids should be out in front of you so you can see what's going on like I was taught. My kids are always, I push my kids in front of me. Even my oldest ones, I push out in front of me, and they're going to be 18 years old, and I still push them out in front of me.
So they can be hit first.
Sure. No, that's not. No, just so I had. When they were younger, I had them kind of by the back of their shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they were holding my hand, but I had them where I could see. I wouldn't dare step off the sidewalk and just kind of have them tag along behind me.
Yeah, I always had my hands on my children crossing places where there was a chance for danger, and I always just had my hand on them, shoulder, hand, something, but I had my hand on them.
Well, I can remember my parents, and I did it when I'm sure my kids remember me doing it, is if I stepped to a curb, I used to put my hand out. So I made sure my kids didn't try to step down off the curb before I did. I did that all the time. I threw my hand out and made sure that their bodies stopped against my arm. I didn't watch any of that this week as I was trying to watch, so I had an idea. That didn't happen. I watched so many kids. Mom would kind of hesitate a little bit, or Dad would hesitate a little bit, and the child would step right off the curb without him. And I was just like, things have changed.
Well, you can rest assured the scenario you described has already happened many, many, many times across the country. You don't hear about it, but you hear about the ones that are, busy looking at their phone and step off a cliff.
No. Well, look at the gentleman who created the Segway.
Yeah,
he drove off a cliff and was on the Segway.
Exactly. So, you hear about those stories, somebody walking in the mall and they're not paying attention, they fall into the fountain, which is not life-threatening, but the scenario you describe has already happened many times.
Well, that's just like how the guy's supposed to be walking on the side of the sidewalk where the cars are coming. The girl's supposed to walk on the opposite side closest to the building.
That's correct. That's etiquette.
That's it. And I was taught that etiquette. Well, he knows it because I taught him that.
Yeah, he taught me that, and I do that every day.
Yeah. I've preached that to my kids over and over and over again. I would just be like...
I grew up with that.
I all the time. I was just like, they're on the inside. And I remember them questioning, they're like, well, why is that? I was like, just in case a car comes or anything like that, you have the reaction, we both shove them out of the way. You're going to get hit, but you have the reaction time to be able to
That's
get
the
them
risk
out
you
of the
take.
way. That's the risk you take.
Yep.
It's called chivalry.
It's dead, though, in most cases, unfortunately. So, hey, anyway, moving on. You remember when we were talking about them taking, like, normal vehicles? Oh, wait, you know what time it is? It's flashback. Here it comes. Flashback time. Flashback. We were talking about them taking, like, the normal vehicles and just going crazy with them, like, over-the-top crazy, and then who would buy them? Like, you take... say just your normal ordinary vehicle, and then do like $200,000 worth of accessories, like a $50,000 car, and then you have this car, and it's like, well, who would buy that? Well, they're at it again.
Yeah, well, if you're doing it to sell it, that's kind of a stupid idea.
I still think it's stupid. So now they're taking Dodge Ram trucks and making them like a Maybach. I can never say that word because I think it's a dumb word too. Why don't you make the car name something easy to say, like pristine, or you know what I mean? Just something that meant like expensive. Why don't you just call it expensive? Hey, there's that expensive car.
Platinum edition.
I remember this. We'll go back a little bit, guys. So I remember when that car first came back, Maybach, whatever it is. That's how dumb I think it is still. Someone's going to correct me. I know it is. Go ahead, y'all. You guys have my email. You know my telephone number, 222-3705. Someone's going to correct me. But go ahead. Send me the texts and everything else y'all do. But I always hated that word because I just think it's a dumb word for a car.
What word is it?
Maybach. Maybauck. I think is how it's spelled. Maybach, or maybe, but I think they say it. I know how it's kind of spelled. But I think they say it differently. But anyway, I was trying to be correct.
I've never heard of that, so I don't know anything about it.
I think it's for cars like that. You should just name them expensive.
It's not a Chevy, so.
Right there. See, there you go. Problem solved. Anyway, so they decide to take like a Dodge Ram pickup truck and just convert it into one of those. I mean, just like it. That styling, and then just say, okay, well, it's a Dodge Ram pickup truck, but now it's $260,000.
Okay, well, it's fine if that's you're doing it for yourself. And
No. They're doing these to try to sell them.
No, I don't see how that.
Oh, come on! You don't want a $260,000 Dodge Ram 1500 pickup truck that they just threw a bunch of like Coach leather in, and
With flying cars on the horizon? Nah.
So you were watching the news this week, were you? You must have been paying attention to the news this week.
No, we've talked about it.
All of the news this week. You know what? And it's not even in my news this week. I left it alone this week because I didn't want to talk about it. Just so y'all know, flying cars were like huge in the news this week, and I, believe it or not, sit down, brace yourselves, chose not to talk about it. I must have, you guys heard me too. I get the little press packages and the releases and stuff that come in constantly. And I choose what I want to talk about because it's the easiest way to do it. And I chose not to talk about flying cars this week.
And then I had to bring it up.
You had to bring it up. And we're still not going to talk about it. All right. You know what? This is what I'm going to do because, I'm going to cover one more and we're going to go to commercial break. How about Dodge Demon? Did you see that come through the news this week?
No, didn't read any news about that.
So what they make for the Demon? They made 3,300 or something like that of them for the production year for the 2019 production years. Take a guess of where the pricing point. People have bought them. What they paid just shy of $90,000 for them. So now they're popping back out on the used market essentially. Where do you think the pricing point is?
It would be less than 90, wouldn't it? You mean more?
Well, come on. It's a limited production car. Yeah. They only made so many of them, so people went out and bought them. And some people had to get on waiting lists to get them.
So they bought them to resell.
Right. So where do you? Okay. So now you see where I'm going. So where do you think?
200,000.
Sure, I'll give you a quarter of a car.
Whoa! $1 million?
They think that's where it's going to go. Right this second, there's one out there. Actually, I think as of this morning, there's now two out there. They're asking $550,000 for a car that originally would have had a sticker price on it out the door, probably around about $90,000.
If you can pull that off, that would be a great investment.
A huge investment. Awesome investment. Congratulations. Just like Bitcoin, right? A great investment.
Yeah, we saw what happened to Bitcoin.
That better be the shiniest red key I've ever seen.
I mean, they're claiming they think this is going to work because people if you want one, you're going to have to convince somebody to give it to you. So they did a bunch of, the story came through by the way, through another article through another source, just so you guys know where it came to. It was sent to me, so I'm not going to take credit for it. So it was given to me through somebody. You know how that works. All the media, different sources work together and
Passed along.
Yeah, passed along, and they did all the research on it and found out that it's not a hoax or anything like that. The car is up for sale. They did all the research for us, other news outlets, and the VIN number that's matched to the car actually matches the area where the car is being sold at and everything like that. So it's probably not a hoax. So, you guys chew on that for a little while if you think $550,000 is the right price for a Demon, and we will talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Something really cool happened in 1975, and no, it wasn't the beginning of the disco era. Congress passed the Magnuson-Moss Act, so you don't have to take your vehicle back to your dealer to keep your vehicle manufacturer's warranty in effect. Our Napa Auto Care Center uses the proper replacement parts and procedures to keep that warranty valid. Visit our independently owned Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, you asked for it and I delivered. Check out our all-star team of automotive specialists at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949. Residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated. Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Hello, America. That's right. On commercial break, we're just here rocking out to the song, dancing along. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio. So, before I get back into it, just so you guys know, if you didn't catch me at the top of the show, go over to ETA's Open House. That is Eastern Truck and Accessories Open House today. They are doing their open house, 16th annual open house. All proceeds that they collect will be going to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. I always have a hard time saying that. I get tongue-tied every single time. Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. All proceeds go to that. Last year, they raised $49,500, and they're trying to break that. Really cool operation over there. Take the tour, eat a little bit of food, win yourself some prizes. If you have any questions, 461-2600, give them a call. Check out their website at etaoffroad.com. Stop in and see them. Have a good time. It is a family fun event, so it's geared for family, so you have no excuses. Get over there right now from 4 to 10, so check that out. All right, moving on. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? No, you don't know that song, do you? No. Oh, so I got a little segment for you. It's called Hey Dave.
Uh-oh.
Ready?
Fire away.
Fire away. That's another song, too.
Fire away?
Yeah, it's a country song, isn't it, Cameron?
What?
Country song, Fire Away.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I thought so. All right. ready for Hey Dave.
I'm waiting.
Hey Dave, let's talk Nissan. I got into a Nissan conversation this week, and it looks like sales aren't as good as they used to be. Aren't as good as they used to be. April sales were horrible. I think this guy, he's going to be a sales guy. I'm thinking. As bad as we've seen them since September 2013. Now, I read this article, so there's an article that was actually out on this. Are we doomed? That's how he ended it.
It would be, is Nissan doomed?
That's what makes me think he's a sales guy.
Yeah.
I don't think you're doomed. I know that it's time for Nissan to come out with something else. I think is what I'm going to put it out there. So it's time for something new. So you've ran the Maxima for a while. You've ran the Altima for a while. The Pathfinder. I mean, you guys did do the Armada a little while back, which was kind of new, but it's just a fat Pathfinder, really, is what it is. The Titan's been out there for a while. I think it's time for Nissan to do something new and exciting. I don't think anybody really wants a Quest. If they even I don't keep up with Nissan all as much as I probably should, but I don't know if they do the Quest family, but I don't think anybody wants a Quest anymore because there's just so many different options out there. So I don't think they're doomed. I just think they need something to spark them back up. You know, the Z car was really cool when they came back out with them. I was always an older Z car fan. I thought they were kind of cool.
Datsun 280Z,
Yep.
my favorite car.
Problem was you guys came back with the Z, and then you made them too expensive for where people couldn't afford them. You guys tried to price them in the high-range luxury and then tried to make it a luxury sports car. And you should have kept it more towards the mid-grade sports car. That would be my only critique of Nissan on that particular car. So hope that answers the question. No, I don't think you guys are doomed. I just think sales are bad for everybody right this second. I don't think that
I thought I was under the impression it was worse for Honda.
If you want a Honda right this second, you could probably get a really, really good deal on an Accord. I'm not saying all of them, guys, on an Accord, because we talked about it, about a month ago, and them turning the Accords back. They wouldn't take delivery of them. They just had too many of them. Nobody wanted one. So if you want a really cool car that you know is going to last for a while, go get an Accord. You know, that's what I would do. Because we know with the history of Accords, Hondas last. They should do. You know, or Toyotas. They last too. And I got a little Toyota story later on. It's a pretty cool story. So, ready. Moving on. This segment's called Hey Dave. Hey Dave, why aren't slot cars cool anymore?
That's a good question. I'd like to know the answer to that.
So
do they break easy?
Man, I loved slot cars when I was a kid.
I did too.
Loved them. Just couldn't get enough of them. I probably easily 50 slot cars that I had. Now, I used to, and this is going to sound country as can be, and this is going to, everybody's going to be like, oh, you're country. Well, maybe I am. So, I used to go to yard sales all the time and buy the broken kits of slot car tracks. So, when the kid had already busted the cars up, snapped a couple of the tabs off where the tracks used to click together and lost interest, and Mom decided that he was going to throw what was left of the slot car track out in the yard sale, and I'd buy it for 50 cents.
Yeah.
Versus going and paying $30, $40 even at that time for a big one at Toys R Us. I'd buy what was left.
Then you built yourself an enormous track.
Built a huge track in our family room. Like the size of our family room. And then I held slot car competitions in my family room, and all the kids in the neighborhood were buying and building cars. So we were building them. So we would, either buy them. There used to be a hobby shop not far from our neighborhood that you could buy tires. You could buy remember the engines were spun copper? Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it was copper. And you could buy the spun motors, and you could buy different gear ratios and stuff like that for them. So we were building the cars in our bedrooms, and then we would race at my house on Saturday. I'd set the track up in our family room, and we would race. So I had some really cool plastic bodies. So I had the Budweiser IndyCar body. I had the Budweiser NASCAR body. I was into Budweiser big time. Anything but, do you remember Budman?
Yes, I do.
I was a big Budman fan. I wish I had half the Budman. I wish I had half the Budman stuff I had when I was a kid.
That's going back a ways.
Yeah, well, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to say I'm old, but I appreciated a lot of things that were already old when I was a kid. Yeah. I liked a lot of the things that kids my age had no clue what that was, but I appreciated it because it was already 40 years probably old to me at that point in time, and I liked that stuff. So I had a lot of a lot of Budman stuff. So I had everything Budweiser for my slot car collection. I ran everything I raced was Budweiser. And Pennzoil was another one I raced. I had all Pennzoil slot car and different car races and stuff. I had the 18-man that would spin around and go the opposite way, the opposite direction. I had police cars that I could tap the trigger on the turn and spin it around and chase you back the opposite direction.
Wow.
So, yeah, I was into it. I was geeked out with it big time. I probably still would be even at this age because I get excited even talking about it now. So no, I don't know why they went away, but they shouldn't have.
I just remember they broke rather easy.
They did. I went off turns trying to beat, come down the straight because we had long straights. So we had that room had to be 24 by 20 at least, and we had all track of it. Long straightaways, turn, a long straightaway turn. I mean, so we had, and if you got the better of me coming out of a turn, I laid into it, didn't know how to come off the trigger. Sometimes come to that turn and right into the wall and just destroy a body on a car.
Explode.
Oh yeah. So no, that's my slot car story, guys. All right, moving on. Hey Dave, I got a bunch of them that have been piling up, so I decided to go ahead. And they all started with Hey Dave, so they had a theme to them.
That's where it came from.
That's what they all had a theme. I saw your post and wondered, how did you become a Chevy guy? You've never told the story.
No, you haven't.
No. So this is a really easy answer to this, believe it or not. We did a lot of traveling when I was a kid. I told you guys about all the road trips and all that kind of stuff that we did when I was a kid. And my man Cameron is sitting across the studio from me. I'm sorry, guys. Eating French fries in the weirdest way. He's putting in his mouth slowly and just staring at me from across the studio. And it is the weirdest thing. What is wrong with you? Oh, it's been an interesting day. It just adds to my week, guys. I don't know what's wrong with him.
First for squeaking, now it's eating.
He's looking at me like dead in my eyes, and he's eating French fries really slow. I don't know if he's just trying to see if he can mess me up while I'm talking. Good job, buddy.
He's trying to make you hungry.
You've achieved. So, back to it. So we do a lot of traveling when I was a kid, and tons of broken down cars as you travel. Well, what do you think was the number one car I saw as a kid broken down all the time?
Ford.
That's right. Ford was the number one car that I saw broken down on the side of the road. Now, I'm not saying, maybe it just was coincidence, but that was the number one car I always saw broken down. On the side of the road, whether it was Ford station wagons, they always had the luggage racks on top with the suitcases on top. There was always kids sitting in the reverse position looking out the back window of the station wagon. Ford trucks, everything always broke down on the side of the road. So then second was Plymouth, Dodge vehicles, always. And we would keep score. So we made a game out of it as kids that we would keep score of claiming them. And if you could get so many of a certain, whatever vehicle we picked at that time, and that's how you won the game, okay? So you never wanted to be the Chevy person. You'd pick a vehicle. Like you would have Ford, and I would have Plymouth or Chevy. And you never want to be the Chevy person because you would never, even though I like Chevy, you didn't want to have Chevy because it was the reverse of the game.
You wouldn't win.
You wouldn't win, right. So when I moved, I went and worked at a casino. Now this was years ago. I was a young man. I was working at a casino, and it was a good drive between Vegas and Mesquite, Nevada. And I'd have to make that drive back and forth quite a bit. On that stretch of road between that drive, all the time, Ford trucks broke down. Ford trucks broke down everywhere, every time. And I was just like, another Ford broken down. And then, so that was just by the time I was starting to drive regularly. I just got my driver's license and I was making that drive. And that's how I just decided, with the combination of never winning the game as a kid, if you had Chevy as your vehicle, and then becoming a driver and making that long drive between Vegas and Mesquite, and always seeing Fords and never seeing Chevys broken down. That's how I became a Chevy guy.
Cool story. I remember when I became a Chevy guy, so cool story.
When you used to ride around in mine?
We used to have a old blue Chevy truck, and we used to always call it Old Blue. Hey, go pull Old Blue out of the driveway. All right, Old Blue, where's the Old Blue keys? And then, so that's what got me started with it. And then I saw Jeff Gordon when we used to sit down every Sunday and Jeff Gordon would go around the track winning races in a Chevy. So that's how I became a Chevy fan.
It works. So now you guys know the story of how I became a Chevy guy. And on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Hey guys, Dave Palach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949. Residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated.
There's something special about Napa Auto Care Centers. They're backed by the national strength of Napa. Nationwide warranties honored by thousands of locations. You know, that's Napa know-how. But more importantly, your Napa Auto Care Center is independently owned and operated by neighborhood professionals who operate by a written code of ethics. Put your vehicle in the hands of ASE-certified technicians who will greet you with a smile you can trust. Visit us today.
You heard me say it, and now here's your chance. Now's the time to go find your auto garage. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to NapaBDGHRVA.com and find your all-star car care center today. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You listen to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA, Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Palach, hanging out with Rockin' Larry Cobb. And, of course, Cameron's doing all of our technical work for us, trying to get us back up online. It's just not going to happen. So you guys are definitely going to have to tune in if you want to watch the show later, like a lot of people do. Just go on to Facebook Live later on. He will get it all loaded up. It just would not push. It's something on Facebook's side, unfortunately. And that just happens. We know how that works. You know, technology it's not always proven. But hey, you get to listen to my awesome voice and our great stories right here on WKQA Freedom 1110 every Saturday at 1 o'clock. Keep on sending us in all the different texts and all the different stories and stuff. We do appreciate it. So here's a kind of a cool one for you. Oh, and no need to forget. Do not forget, you still have time. 10 to 4 today. Get out to ETA's open house for Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. All proceeds they collect will go directly 100% to the foundation. So get out there 10 to 4 today. If you have any questions, it's at 461-2600. You can call them. The address is 6320 East Virginia Beach Boulevard, Norfolk, Virginia. I don't have to tell you where it is. I'm just doing it because I know you guys know where this place is. A great facility, big, huge signs. Can't miss the place. Awesome place. Great family over there. Go check them out. So onward we go. Cool story. 71 pounds of meth. Did you hear about this they found?
No.
In Round Rock, Texas. Now this is kind of funny. It'd even be funnier if it was crack, because the name of the place was Round Rock, Texas.
Okay. How close is that to the border?
So they get pulled over for following too close. of all the things, if you're going to run drugs in a car, don't you think you want to do like everything right while you're running drugs in a car?
You would think.
Don't follow too close. Don't speed. Make sure you carry the Bible with you. I mean, anything you needed to do, to make it look like you're legit. But instead, it's, you decide to follow too close. So they get pulled over. The stories don't match while they talk to the pastor and they talk to, all the stories. You've heard how this all works.
They were probably all high.
See, so as I'm reading this story and I'm putting this together for the show, the song, I was going to clean my room, but then I got high. Whoa, whoa. I started thinking, why I know that song, I don't know, but I've heard it play a bunch of times. But I was thinking as I was reading this story. So 71 pounds of meth they find buried in the gas tank of this car after they decide to go ahead and do the search. They realized the gas tank had been modified. Just looking at the car, it looked like the gas tank had been modified.
So it wasn't in there mixed up with the gasoline?
No. They make special compartments. So they crack it open and they find this thing. 71 pounds of meth. That's a lot. Of meth? Yeah, that's a lot. That's really a lot. So then I start laughing because I was like, I wonder what the method of their madness was. Or Methany wasn't going to make her appointment. That's all I got.
What they do with the guys? They take them in?
No, they probably just said, well, sorry. You guys go on. We're going to keep this.
I don't think that happened.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, so. I don't have anything else more on that. I don't understand it.
Waiting for the next
That was it. Yeah, there was no more zings. That was it. I only had two in the chamber for that one. That's all you get.
Oh, man.
That was it.
Look, I'm doing 3.
Nope, there was just 2 in the chamber. All right, you ready?
Go ahead.
Flashback. Do you remember when we were talking about hail-damaged cars?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and we were trying to figure out. Remember, I called and was finding information. What do you do with them? And they gave me a bunch of different combining answers that none of them really. Well, we try to get the dents out the best we can, and we don't want to do. Remember that?
Yeah.
We went through that whole process. Well, how about if the hail's the size of softballs? I guess they just send them at auction. And then we were trying to figure out. Remember, we were talking. Well, what do you think? What we were trying to guess what we thought they might sell for. Well, I got some answers. So there was another storm, and some numbers came out. So to kind of give you guys an idea, because we were talking about that, we could never figure it out. So this was cool because I got some numbers. So there was hail damaged cars. They went to auction, and I got a couple of years in the figures. This is actually pretty astounding as far as the numbers. So 2017 Pathfinder went to auction, was selling for $45,000. What do you think it sells for at auction, right? That's auction price after the hail damage.
10.
33.
Oh, you're way off, Cameron. All right, so this round goes to you, Larry. $15K was what the asking was on it. It's probably going to fall right in there. All right, I'll give you guys another chance. You get 3 on this one. There's 3 in the chamber on this one. Let's go Altima that would have sold for $27,000.
5.
Cameron.
I was about to say 5. I'll take a 9.
Right on the money. 9. Are you cheating?
No, I really looked at I looked for the number and I did not find it. So
all right, you better not be cheating. Don't be looking. Close your thing. Because Cameron has all the computers in front of him, he can go look at all my notes. So he could cheat if he wanted to. That's why I asked him if he was cheating, because Cameron sits with all the computers in front of him.
Give him benefit of the doubt.
So all my scripts are in front of him if he wanted to read them. So moving on. The last but not least, 2018 Z-Car 370Z.
Yeah.
Nissan. Now this thing would normally sell for probably, I'm going to say in the 48 range. What do you think this thing's selling for?
20.
15.
$2,250.
$2,200? That was the cheapest one?
Yeah.
Okay, so where do I go find this car?
Right.
I need to go buy this car.
That's the current asking price on the car.
Wow.
Yeah. I couldn't
can talk
believe
them
it.
down?
Now, I saw the pictures of it, so there is a picture of it, and I'll get Cameron, in fact, work on that on the next commercial break. I'll get Cameron to post the picture up for you guys to take a look at it on the Facebook page, so go to Facebook if you guys want to see what this thing looks like. The damage doesn't look horrible. It's not horrible damage. It's just huge, like softball size hail damage on it. I would buy it and drive it. I'd rip the hood off eventually and throw a hood on it, and any of the bigger across the top of the roof damage, I'd skim coat it, let it dry, and re-squirt it. That's what I would do.
I just get the plunger out there and
Once you see the pictures, it's pretty bad. But I'd throw it in the garage and let it sit in the garage for a year or so until the prices came down on the hoods and stuff like that. And I'd throw a hood on it, and I'd skim coat the roof. Any of the plastic or whatever that got broken, I would just slowly pick it up and put the car back together. And I'd have me a brand new Z car for no money. But
well, Z car for $2,200, I'd buy it all day long.
right, with or without the dents. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. So I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe people look at it differently than I do. But I mean, Oh, here's a cool one. Now this guy, remember I tell you some people in the car business get it, and some people don't.
True.
This gentleman gets the I Get It award as far as I'm concerned. So I'm gonna give him the I Get It award. If I could send him the I Get It award, I would send it out to him. I would. I probably ought to. Maybe I don't know. Toyota dealership puts a 2018 Camry that got smashed from a semi in the rear-ended by a semi. Folds the back of the car up all the way up to the back window, flat.
Total loss.
Yeah, I see. You're looking at Cameron. Post pictures for everybody that sees you, please.
Was it a total loss?
Oh, yeah, it's total. Then it gets pushed into another semi-truck that's in front of it and bumps the front end in it on it, too. The dealership recovers the car from the tow yard, has it delivered back to the dealership, puts it in the showroom, puts ropes around it on display.
And the point they're making is what?
Guy walked away with just a couple scratches because of how well the car is made.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
Genius. Toyota gets a little scared. Toyota corporate gets a little scared of having the car on display because they're like, well, how is this going to look and translate? And the guy's like, the car did its job.
Yeah.
We're putting it on display because the car did its job. I mean, it got hit by a semi-truck and shoved into another semi-truck. So
These photos look bad.
yeah, they're bad. You guys go over to the Facebook page. You guys want to take a look at they're bad. The guy walked away with just a couple little scratches. Got plowed by two semi trucks.
Probably had to crawl out the window. I'm sure he didn't open the door.
It folded the car up. You look at it, and it's not. Some of you are going to look at it and go, "Holy cow!" And some of you are going to look like, "Oh, that ain't nothing."
How did anybody survive that? It's one of those.
No. The door compartment, the door compartment stayed together, but you can see everything's all buckled in. And it's a semi truck. You got hit by two semi trucks, and so they were smart. The general manager's name is Goldstein, so he's like, "I want the car. Bring it here. Bring me the car." They bring the car. They're like, "What are you going to do with it?" He's like, "I'm going to show you." Clears out the space in the showroom, brings it inside, puts it under a glass, and puts ropes around it for everybody to see. Now their sales procedure is, before they show you anything on the lot, they walk you in and show you the wrecked one before they bring it out and show you a new one, that you're going to go drive.
It is now on our Facebook page if you would like to go see.
That has to be a strong selling point.
It's genius.
Yeah. I concur.
If you are
Whoa. I just saw it.
Larry just like I said, the passenger compartments are still intact.
Yeah.
But that was a semi truck that folded that car up.
Yeah.
And it held together.
So you're saying if it had been another brand of car, it would have been smashed to smithereens.
I'm just saying. That's genius, though.
Yeah, it was a good move.
Yeah, he was kind of. As I got the story and I was reading it, was almost like he was kind of being scolded for doing it. Like at first, they're like, "What are you thinking?" Like from higher ups.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you give the guy a bonus and send him and his family on like a 2-week vacation, all paid. That's what I'm thinking, because you just sold a lot of Camrys.
Indeed.
And we're talking about it on the radio right now. Genius as far as Toyota altogether is concerned. So,
Give that guy a cigar.
yeah. I'm giving him my genius award. Anyway, guess what time it is again?
It can't be.
It is. I kid you not. It's commercial break time, guys. I know it happens. I miss you guys as much as you miss me. We'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA. Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow and Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949. Residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow and Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Well, here's a pound of prevention from your Napa Auto Care Center. We'll customize a preventive maintenance package for your vehicle that will save you time, money, and hassles now and down the road. We'll ask, do you drive mainly in the city or on the highway? Plan to keep your vehicle? How long? And more. Preventive maintenance is a good thing that prevents bad things. Build yours at your Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Do you currently have a repair shop you trust? Haven't found the time to go to a garage for all your automotive needs? Check out the all-star team at Napa BDGHRVA.com. That's Napa BDGHRVA.com. Let them show you what it's like to work with the professionals and make a friend along the way. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Palach. We're hanging out, talking about cars and everything else in between. So, once again, before I get started, make sure you guys get out to ETA's open house. Eastern Truck Accessory is actually doing the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. They're doing a fundraiser over there. They're trying to raise a bunch of money for a great cause. If you have any questions, you guys can hit them up at 461-2600 between 10 and 4 today. Rain or shine, they will be out there. It is a family fun event. They got food, they got prizes, they're giving away a Comanche Jeep, you name it, all kinds of great stuff going on out there. So make sure you get out there between 10 and 4 today. You get raffle tickets. I mean, they're $40,000 in prizes they're giving away, so there's no reason not to be out there. You can find them right out there in Norfolk at 6320 East Virginia Beach Boulevard. So definitely get out there and have some fun. So rolling on. All right, so before we left, we were talking about all kinds of crazy stuff in the news. So I got some more stuff for you. You ready?
Fire away.
All right. You know how they say Tesla's always at fault? Everybody's always trying to say, every time there's a crash, Tesla's at fault.
Yeah.
Tesla's at fault. Tesla's at fault. I've heard it all the time. I was like, oh, I'm going to get completely off of the rails for a second. Cameron and I came up with a great idea. We were talking before the show started today. You know, sometimes the traffic's bad out here or weather, and I'm always worried about being late getting to the studio so we can get on air on time. We came up with a great idea. We laughed all the way here about it. Here's the best idea. So we need to do a recording, right? And it's just going to be the opening of the show, like everybody's heard. And it'd be like, you're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA, Freedom 1110. Sorry, I'm out of the office right now. If I'm not on the mic live, it must be because I'm stuck in traffic, got pulled over by a police officer, or something crazy has happened, so you get to listen to this song. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Just over and over again until I finally make it to the studio.
You are giddy today.
You don't like that idea? I think that's a great idea.
Well, then what do we do if you're not here by the end of the song?
We got that plan too. They either get to listen to that over and over again, and then maybe if I make it like within the last 2 minutes of the hour show, I get to go on and go, well, I hope you enjoyed that song. We'll talk to you next week.
Turn it into a music show, huh?
Yeah, Hey, do you guys think it's good? I thought it was funny. It'd be a funny idea. Could you imagine just for like an hour? I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. Anyway, back on to Tesla.
Wouldn't take long for there to be no listeners.
Really? You think it'd go away that quickly? I don't think
An
so.
hour of that?
I think people would find it was funny. They'd find themselves saying it in their sleep.
Look, we could stream us live from the car of us trying to race to the studio.
No, we don't race.
Over.
We don't race to studios. Nobody races anywhere.
We don't race.
You guys have never been late. You've never been late.
No, but I worry about it all the time. Like, I just worry about, like, that one time that something's going to happen that we're not going to be here in front of the mics when they go live.
Well, listen, sometimes I wonder if I'll make it on a Saturday if my car will start.
Like, I know they don't. I mean, I know you guys don't understand how this works, but because we never explained it. But, like, regardless or not, this mic's going to come live, whether I'm sitting in front of it or not, essentially, unless Larry does something.
Well, no, if you weren't sitting there, I ain't going to turn it on.
But the computer thinks it should, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, the computer just stops.
Yeah, so, all right, so Tesla. Every time there's a Tesla crash, everybody thinks it's Tesla's fault. So you hear the last one where it plowed into the back of the fire truck, and everybody jumped on it. Oh, see, this is the reason why self-driving cars should never be invented.
He's the favorite whipping boy.
So much so. Well, to his own demise sometimes, too, though. He brings it upon himself. But, so they went ahead and they've started this investigation, and it shows that there may be a chance that somebody got confused between cruise control and autopilot.
And they thought they were engaging the cruise control.
Well, so the report shows that they kept on switching between the two: autopilot, cruise control, autopilot activated, and stuff like that. So maybe at one point in time, one got turned on and the other one didn't, or so that. We'll wait for the results on that one.
I would think there's an indicator on the dashboard to let you know what mode you're in.
There is, but it also shows that the hands kept on coming off the wheel, and the car had to keep on instructing the driver to put their hands back on the wheel, because that's what the car. If you haven't been in a Tesla, that's the way it works. I've been in them, and it will tell you that. Look, this car isn't designed to drive itself. Please put your hands back on the wheel. It keeps on telling you. It gives you, but that reminder will eventually turn off. Like, it'll tell you, and it'll give you instructionals, but at some point in time, the instructional gets tired of telling you the instructional. You know what I'm saying? So,
Like the seatbelt light eventually goes off.
It's same theory, yeah, exactly. So, the computer has a recording, tells how many times it's done that, how many times it's had to remind you, and it kept on reminding over and over again, it appears.
So it logs that. So they got a little black box.
It has a little black box, correct. So I'll keep you guys informed, but let's just say it's not always Tesla. Sometimes it looks like it could be. The results are still out there, but that's some of the stuff that's coming in. With Tesla being in the news, I'll quickly say, have you heard about the possible split? Have you heard this?
I've heard something about it, yeah.
Okay, so if you guys haven't been following along, and I have been, I've been a little quiet on it because I just kind of been waiting to see how this has come out. So I know there's a lot of Tesla news out there, and sometimes you guys will notice that I don't talk about everything, even though it's in the current mainstream. I wait to see where the chips fall, because there's a lot of, you guys know how this works. Media jumps on everything, and I don't want to be the media that jumps on everything, just like we didn't jump on flying cars this week, because it seems like there's a little bit, and everybody jumps and panics, and then before you know it, it's false news, because everybody jumped on something without all the facts. So that's the reason why I try not to do that. Now, even I fall guilty of it sometimes. I know. It's happened to me a couple times. So it looks like now that instead of just outing him like they wanted to, if you guys haven't been listening, they kind of want to out Mr. Musk. So now maybe instead of outing him because they think that would be detrimental to the stock and production and everything that is Tesla, because he is Tesla, whether anybody believes or not.
Plus, I'm sure he owns probably the majority of the stock.
Right. But they want to out him as far as the control side of it is what they were trying to do.
That's going to be hard.
Well, I know, but they wanted to. Remember, I told you they wanted to put it up for. Basically in front of the board and let the board decide if that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So everybody was pushing for it. So now they're kind of easing back, like, well, we won't do that, but maybe we'll have him in charge of this and then put somebody in charge of actually let him run the company and let somebody run the financial side of things or something. You know what I mean? It's like kind of do a split. So I'll let you guys know how that falls out. Look, you can't do too much when Tesla, they might as well just put his name on it and never call it Tesla because, without him, it isn't Tesla, guys. I assure you. You think it is, but it isn't.
They can start calling it Nikolai.
Well, you can call it something. I don't know what you're going to call it, but you're going to have to call it something because one doesn't exist without the other. I don't care what you guys think.
Yeah,
it just doesn't.
I get that.
So, and you will watch the stock crazily just become worth nothing because most of the people who back you, Tesla, aren't backing Tesla. They're backing him. Because he's been an evil genius up to this point.
Yeah.
So, you can't, put the cart in front of the horse and then expect that the cart is going to do all the work.
I bet there are more Teslas on the road than there ever were DeLoreans.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't have any stock in it. I don't have any. They're not a sponsor of the show. I'm just telling you, I know how this works. You will not have one without the other.
They put a car in outer space.
Right. Outer space. Figure it out. Moving on. That's all I got on that.
When we get to Mars, we'll have something to drive.
Yep. How about the Wisconsin senior prank? Did you see that one?
No.
Kid buys the $200 car for a senior prank. They cut the front end off the car. They get a bunch of bricks. They shove it into the side of the high school where the principal's office is, and then paint it up and do a bunch of creativeness to make it look like it went through into the principal's office, threw a bunch of bricks on the car, so it looks like it drove into the side of the school. And that was their senior prank.
How'd that end up, though?
Well, they didn't go to jail like if you did something here in, say, Virginia Beach, you'd probably go to jail for doing something like that.
I guess there was really no harm done.
Well, so a lot of times there's no harm done in senior pranks, and these kids end up in jail. I'm just not saying I know, I'm just saying I know.
Yeah.
So.
Destruction of property.
Yeah. How about, do you remember me telling you the story about flipping the Ford GT? We talked about that months ago. John Cena, remember he was going to court against Ford. Ford was suing him.
Yeah, I do remember that vaguely.
You have to be approved to own a car.
Yeah.
I never understood this. You have to be on a waiting list and be approved to own a car that you have to pay for. You don't even get it for free. You have to be approved to own it.
If I had to be approved to own a car, I wouldn't be owning that car.
Right, exactly. We talked about that, remember? And then you have to own it for 2 years before you could sell it. And then John Cena supposedly broke his contract agreement and sold the car and made money off of it, and they wanted to sue him, remember?
Yep.
I knew it would come back to light because it was a short story we covered. So, well, here we are again. There's another one of these cars up for sale, not within the 2-year time limit.
Uh-oh.
It has shown up at an auction house to be auctioned off. They haven't said who the seller is yet. Ford announced, said, yes, we are aware of the situation. Yes, we are aware of the fact it's not within 2 years. So they're waiting to see how, and they're still suing John Cena, by the way. That's not settled yet. But now news has come out that a contract has been obtained. They've actually got one of these supposed Ford contracts, and nowhere in the seller and buyer's agreement does it say anything about the 2 years that Ford keeps on talking about that this exists in this contract.
Well, if that's not in there, I would consider
that helps John Cena's case quite a bit, doesn't it?
Yes, indeed.
So, that's that. Last thing I'll give you guys, I got one last little thing. Remember how we talked about people worrying about self-driving cars? Mm-hmm. And the cleanliness and how it was going to be icky and that was their biggest worry? You know what their next biggest worry is?
What?
They believe that self-driving cars will become the new prostitution.
I can see why. I only have to think of that a moment.
I'm going to leave you guys on that one for the week. You can figure that one out for yourselves. Anyway, it's that time. It's Saturday. Show's over. We get to go home.
We do.
Hey guys, enjoy your Saturday. Have a great time. Sunday's right around the corner. Turn off the TV. Spend some time with your kids. They'll love you for it. Take the video games away from them too and do some family fun activities. You can definitely go out to ETA from 10 to 4 today. I keep on saying it. Make it, do it, be it. We're out of here.